Hi guys, what's up? Good evening, good night, good morning, whatever time of day it is as you see this playback. Yes, it is the one and only African superstar, international award winning. Yes, based here in Accra, Ghana. Much love to the family. Afisha Pa, that's how we say basically happy holidays here in Accra. We have just a few weeks left of 2023 and we'll be heading into the new year. We fingers crossed everybody enters into the new year safely and we continue on with the journey. Tonight I want to talk about this topic and I want to give you a different perspective. Um, this is something that the diaspora deals with in Africa. And I just want to give you a different perspective of looking at it. Yes. So first of all, I want to remind you guys the platform is currently demonetized. A few of you have sent support. Coach Kiaria sent some last week, as well as Michelle Kendricks. Big shout outs to you guys showing love to the platform during this demonetization. If you too want to contribute to our content, you can remit through Cashapp, PayPal, or Zelle. And the information is scrolling across the screen as well in the box below. Yes. Also, in other news, we obviously have the upcoming tour, March 2024. If you want to come to Ghana, if you are like, okay, 2024 is my year, please do head over to www.tayeahuru.com. It's here on the screen right there. And you can see our full itinerary and booking options for the tour. You can send your deposit in and all of that so that we can greet you and take you on a tour here in Ghana. We'll be going to Kumasi as well as Cape Coast. 7-day tour, first week of March. You don't want to miss it. If you're an African Superstar fan, that also includes your own welcome concert with me. Yes. Yes, indeed. So tonight I want to talk about, at the end of the day, what is wrong with being seen as rich? If you are a diaspora and you have ventured onto the continent, you will know that many people, automatically assume you're from America, you are rich. I think this is kind of like a paradox because a lot of people coming from the diaspora have this kind of like superiority. Oh, I'm from the Western world. I'm from the more developed world. Some of them are very proud to be associated with these foreign countries. But to whom much is given, much is required. You have a superiority complex, yet you don't want everybody to treat you as if you're rich. And obviously people that are rich are going to have, that perception. People are going to be trying to sell to you. People are going to be trying to get money. People are going to be trying to get, various things to escalate themselves because they are an impression that you are rich. What I want to offer to the diaspora is, at the end of the day, what's so wrong with this perception? If in my personal opinion, life is feast or famine. Okay. You either have, life is to one extreme or the other. Okay. So that means you could either be seen as rich or you could be seen as poor. For those of you guys that's in the chat room right now, if you have an option to be seen as rich or poor, which would you prefer? Just go ahead and type in rich or poor. Okay. I rather personally be seen as rich. Being seen as rich gets you an audience in certain echelons. It gets you certain treatment when you go places. It gets you certain service. It gets certain doors open to you that it would certainly not be open to a poor person. And I see this, bravado coming from people from the West, obviously, wanting to take credit for what some of our ancestors may have accomplished. People in America talking about, oh, we've done this, we've done that, we did the civil rights, we've pushed all this legislation. You're able to come and enjoy life in America because of us. Okay, well, there's all this bragging that goes on and all this like, yeah, we're the big dogs. You know what I mean? We have the top athletes. We have the top musicians. We have this. We have that. Okay. You can't have one without the other. You can't have one without the other. And so my thing is, I have always been, even before I accepted the call on my life of leadership, of motivational, of pioneer, of musician, of truth speaker, all these things that I have become as a woman, people saw those things in me. People have always assumed, for instance, I'm rich. I come from a rich family. People have always seen me to be big, a big person. When I used to work at the bank, they would assume I was a manager or, things like that. Even sometimes when I'm out and about, people come to me and ask me questions. When I'm on the street corner, people ask me directions. There's something about me that the people see and gravitate to. And so I think the diasporans, in as much that, yes, it can be frustrating because you may not be rich. And a lot of us coming to the continent are not rich. So to kind of be thrust in that position where everybody thinks we just have it. And, sometimes people try to take advantage. Sometimes people are just trying to, be in your vicinity because they want things from you. I know that it's annoying a bit, but the alternative is being seen as poor. And there's literally no preferential treatment that goes with being poor. People don't want to be next to you. People look down on you. People are condescending the way they speak to you. Just the whole interaction. You're not going to get any preferential treatment as a poor person. You're not going to get into certain boardrooms. I can't help but talk about when I went to the palace last week. Yes. When I came to the palace, I came in my kente. I came in my traditional, jewelries and all that. Okay. That produced a certain perception. Here in Ghana, rich and important and prominent people wear kente cloth. It's not the everyday wear. And a lot of Ghanaians they don't even wear kente or haven't even worn kente. I've been told by many, many Ghanaians that they've never worn kente. And, that how they're impressed by how I wear it and all that stuff. The reality is that, your image will get you certain places. I showed up as important because I am, and I was treated as so. Now 100% the others wearing kente that day were all royals. Okay, either kings or queens or chiefs. All the others. What's up, ATM Tim? Big shout outs to you. Okay, all the others wearing kente that day. Kings, queens, chiefs, big people. And people here in Ghana, these chiefs and kings, they're rich. They control lots of land. They have done a lot of development. A lot of them are businessmen and things like that. Like a couple of the kings that I met, they own hotels. They're very accomplished people. In so many words, I was kind of false flagging when I went to the palace. I know that, because I definitely, compared to them, I'm nowhere near where they are in terms of their assets and things like that. But the reality is, what's so wrong with being seen as rich? It's actually kind of a compliment. We are literally not seen as rich around the world. When you go to China, are they coming at you like you're rich? When you go to Europe, how about that? What about Canada? What about Latin America? This is literally the only place in the world we come in. Everybody's like, wow, they're rich. They believe it so fervently, like if we try to deny it, they don't take it seriously. So I would say that probably we should embody, that thing. I don't necessarily see it as a negative. I think it's actually positive. And I think that it could be utilized some type of way because, like I said, if you have an option between rich or poor, the first trivia question, guys, was, in my opinion, Life is polar opposites. Okay. There's really no middle ground. So it's either feast or famine. It's either rich or poor. If you had to pick between how the world sees you and identify you, which one would you choose? Rich or poor? Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and choose rich because rich has preferential treatment. Rich gets you certain audiences with certain people. You know, rich opens doors. Rich gets favors. You know, when you see these scammers and stuff like that, one of the first things that these scammers always do is they create their image. Okay. They'll get a luxury car. They'll either rent a mansion or expensive residence. They'll wear designer clothes. A lot of these charismatic people in these like pyramid schemes and all this kind of stuff. That's what they do. Why do they do that? Well, they want to project an image of success. They want to project an image of wealth. Okay. They know they're not going to be able to convince people to get in business with them looking like a homeless man or woman. You know, there's what's that show? Catch Me If You Can. Has anybody seen Catch Me If You Can? Is anybody in the chat room today besides ATM Tim and I? Hello. What's up, family? Are you there? I just want to make sure because lately, there's a movie called Catch Me If You Can, okay, with Leonardo DiCaprio. And basically this guy, he's like a major scam artist. And this movie is based off of true events. Okay, it's based off of a novel, I believe. And so basically this man, he masquerades as everything. I think he pretended to be a pilot. He pretended to be a businessman. He pretended to be all these different things. And what he would do is he would go to the banks and he would, kind of smooth talk them. And he'd be like, I'm this big bank, I'm this big important person and I need this money. I think he would have like fraudulent accounts and he would say, oh, I need this money. If you don't get it from me, I'll call your boss up. And the main thing that people analyzed about him without knowing much about him was his appearance. Okay. In addition to the fact that even though in our environments in the West, we may feel like we don't have much, to many people in the diaspora, we have more than other members of the diaspora. So when you were to compare what Americans have against, probably Americans and Europeans and Canadians and all that stuff might be equal. What the average American compared to maybe the average African, average Nigerian, average Ghanaian, or people in Latin America, you will find out perhaps that those in the West have accumulated more. Or in some cases, because of the currency exchange, even though like $10,000, it's not a lot of money in America. Okay, 10,000 pounds, it's not a lot in the UK. But when you actually convert it to currencies in other nations, it's a lot of money in their local currencies. So people are looking at that and calculating that, oh, wow, these people, they have it. These people are well off or whatever. One of the critical things I think is really important when you are coming to the continent is really to try to deal with your mentality. You need to realize that you are in a new environment now. Okay. And that comes with different, perspectives. Like I said, this is the only place in the world where Black people are seen, foreign Blacks are seen as rich and privileged. Wherever you go in the world, nobody immediately sees a Black Americans. Oh my God, bring out the red carpet. No other place. Where there are some preferential treatments that foreigners do enjoy here in Africa. It's just the truth. People are going to entertain you in a different way. People are going to probably let you slide with some things. some certain people are going to want to be, chill with you, fraternize with you, those kind of things. Unfortunately, if it was their countrymen, they may not give that same um, option to them. And it is what it is. One thing, if you want to be successful in life, you have to learn how to identify your advantages and utilize those advantages. Real talk. If coming to Africa, people think that you're rich and, you get a certain audience, you get certain admission to certain places. Hello, that's your advantage. Use it. What's up, Mr. Africano? It is almost 1 a.m. here currently. Yes, it's almost 1 a.m. So I had this thought today, and I want to bring this message to the channel because I think ultimately for our success here in Africa, it just requires a changing your perspective. You think you're big and bad, then walk it like you talk it. I realize, like, as the African superstar, I cannot be seen as regular. I can't. What I'm doing compared to a lot of my age mates here or my peers here, it's not normal. A lot of my age mates here, they have not necessarily traveled the world like I have. They may have not lived in different countries like I have. They may not be musicians and performing on the international stage. You know what I mean? How can I sit there and communicate with them and tell them, yeah, I'm right with you, I'm on your level? They're never going to accept it. And in their perspective, a lot of their perspective, the West is the land of opportunity. So it's going to be very difficult for you to be coming from there and trying to explain to them, hey, I'm poor. I don't have anything. I just got the clothes on my back. And then sometimes it's not even necessary to have that conversation. Let people think what they think. If they're trying to scam you or something is out of your means, or they're trying to give you the burger price, as we call it, the foreigner price, you can always walk away from those deals. One thing that I found when it comes to getting certain products, like big ticket items, I had custom furniture made. And when I negotiated my apartment, I had my Ghanaian friends do it for me on my behalf. I didn't even present myself because obviously I knew that if they see me or hear me, the price is going to go up. I had, that's why I tell you guys, it's important to have people on your team, liaisons that's going to help you, people that you can trust or whatever, so that they can actually help you. When I first came here to Ghana, I didn't know how much stuff costs. I would see stuff in traffic, like the hawkers, as they call it. And, I would be like, okay, I understand that if you ask them how much it costs and they hear your voice, then that's when it starts. So one of my friends told me the trick, that they know how much it's supposed to cost. So if you give them the money, they'll change it back. They're going to assume that you know the cost. You don't need to ask them the cost, because if you ask them the cost, then they might gain you, and paying attention in traffic, or if you're on a trocho, seeing how much things cost when other people are buying, maybe from your trocho or something. You see, oh, okay, that bottle of water is 3 CDs. Okay, that, plantain chips is 5 CDs, and the price of things, so that these things. So I learned those tips from, again, my local friends, teaching me how to negotiate and stuff like that. A lot of times I just don't even talk when I'm doing those kind of transactions. I just, or another tip that I had is ask your Bolt driver, because they generally know, your Uber driver, whatever. If, you want that plantain chips, you say, hey, boss, how much is that? How much should those be? Oh, they should be about 5 CDs. Okay, so now when you see the person, that's how you deal with it. Yeah, Mr. Africano, I don't do, if you haven't noticed, I don't do the YouTube crew. I don't do the YouTube crew. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a person who just shares things on YouTube. So I don't do the click, and I don't do all of that. Okay. So yeah, I hope that he has a nice visit. I don't even know who he is. But yeah, I don't really do. I mean, you should kind of figure that out by now, because I've been in Ghana for like 3 years, and you literally, like, how many collabs have you seen on this channel? How many collabs have you even seen featuring me? I don't do the whole YouTube click. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not a YouTuber. So good, good luck for him, and I hope he enjoys his visit to Ghana. Let's see here. ATM 10 says, I learned to just close my mouth and let the money talk. Yeah, that's how you do it, you know. But I mean, like I said, is it so bad for somebody to assume that you're rich? Is it really that bad, guys? And I'd say if you're particularly perturbed with it, probably riches are not in your future. Because if you can't handle like the perception of you being rich, famous, prominent, I mean, if you ever got there, then you would really be annoyed. You know, and I think, again, just changing your perspective helps you deal with it. When I have like an out of body experience and I look at my life and my track record, what's up, Golden Gold? I realize that I could never just tell someone I'm not that girl. You know what I'm saying? There's no way. Based on my track record, nobody will ever believe. Now, a mature person understands, shameless plug, the mission statement of this channel is what? We got 10 of you guys in here. The mission, I told y'all, starting 2024, I'm talking about it every episode, because a lot of y'all don't know the mission statement. Who knows the mission statement of this channel? Who knows the mission statement of this channel? I often am really flattered when people think that I am, maybe higher position than I currently am. I just think it's amazing. I don't look at it negatively. I'm like, okay, well then I always take it as a testament that I'm supposed to be there. I'm supposed to be there. I'm on my way there, or that's just how people see me, and it's not simply the way I dress. It's the demeanor. It's, the communication skills. It is all these things, that give the air of importance out there. And it is what it is. And I'm going to embrace it because it's a part of me. I'm carefully designed to be who I'm supposed to be. I'm where I'm supposed to be. So if that's how people see me, that's the perception that how people see me, I'm not going to war with them and say, no, I'm not rich. I'm actually poor. No. Big shout outs to the family. Yes. Okay. So you guys don't know what the mission statement is. The mission statement is SMP. It stands for strategy, maturity, and patience. Okay. That is what you actually need to navigate your whole game plan in life in general. Okay. Strategy, maturity, and patience. That is the official mission statement of this channel. And it's a powerful ideology that you can apply to every aspect of your life, and you will have success. You know what I mean? Devise the strategy. Be mature. Try to calculate things. That's what I'm talking about tonight. Be mature. People are not going to see you coming from America, coming from Canada, coming from the UK as not having anything. They're going to want to give you good service. They're going to want to impress you. They're going to want to be chilling with you because in their mind, you come from wealth. You've got it. You may not have it. You may not have it like they think you have it, but there's no way you're going to convince them coming from the Western world that you have nothing. And again, even in your minimal, whatever you have, whatever assets or savings or whatever you have, a lot of times you have a lot. You've done a lot. You are a lot. And so trying to convince people that, yeah, you're not, it's kind of a waste of time, because when you actually look over, you're like, yeah, okay, yeah, I could see that. In the other words, of my mom, your floor is somebody else's ceiling. The things that you think are commonplace or average, it might be where someone's trying to escalate to. Somebody might gladly be ready to take your level and the challenges on your level, Big shout outs. Yeah, Mr. Africano, I know, but I'm not into that. I'm not into the YouTube circles, okay? I've been doing YouTube for a long time, a lot longer than a lot of these people. Sorry. It's just a fact. I've been doing it because I love Ghana, not for the views. I mean, after all, my platform is demonetized right now, but yet I'm still here talking to my audience. I'm not like a lot of these platforms, and I don't fraternize with a lot of people, and that's how I like to keep it, because I'm just going to be honest with you. A lot of these YouTubers, they have a lot of drama. They have a lot of drama, and they're not genuine. Not talking about him specifically, but I rather just not. You know what I mean? I rather just not. So they can continue doing what they're doing. I'm sure they're going to have lots of collabs together. A lot of these folks run together and all of that, and that's cool. That's fine. They are. I mean, they're running their platforms, and that's what they want to do. But I'm not really interested. I've probably done less than a handful of collabs since I've been here in Ghana. Less than a handful. And collabs really just aren't my thing, because I need to make sure that the people that I'm including on my audience are 100 and genuine. And I don't want to be guilty by association with some of these people that, later on things from their past or things they're doing come out. I can't decipher a lot of these folks. So for me, prevention is better than cure. Okay. If I'm not associated, I'm not associated. So there don't have to be just one of us in these spaces. If you on your block, you doing what you're supposed to do that. I feel like I can carry my own platform. I don't need to depend on collabs to get me further along in life. I'm very capable of carrying my platform, and so yeah, I'm not going to say I'm anti-collab, but it's not a regular occurrence, and I don't go out of my way. If some people reach out to me, like I did a collab with Jay Cameron, what I'm saying? I've done a collab with Nappy Briggs. I've done a collab with Phil Scott. I did one. I've had O'Shea on my channel. I've been on his channel a few times. Been on Dinah's channel a few times. People that, a lot of them I actually met in person. A lot of the people that I choose to collab with, I actually have met in person. And that's actually important to me as well. Yeah, because I don't know these online people. These online people, for real. So anyway, I've talked about that long enough. I just want to encourage the diaspora again, as always, to, exercise SMP. What's up, Coach Kiara? What's up, Boo? I shouted you out earlier. Thank you so much for your donation the other day. Much love to you. I did receive it, and I very much appreciate it. Thank you, because the channel is demonetized. So thanks, babes. It meant a lot. Yes. Okay, I'm about to wrap up. Mr. Africano want to talk tonight, boy. Woo! What are the things to expect in Accra this December and January? Me and my wife are planning to come over in January. I mean, if you're talking about in terms of events and all that stuff, they have an Instagram page called December in Ghana, and it has like the lineup of all the different various events and stuff. Now, I don't know how far into January they go. It might be like the first week or probably maximum second week, if anything, because most of the foreigners leave after New Year's Day. They'll go back to the West or whatever. So I don't really know. There's lots of events, parties, music festivals, discussions and all that stuff. So you would have to look it up. I haven't personally looked it up because December for the past couple years, I don't really do much because when all the foreigners come, the prices go up and the traffic is crazy. The Ubers be surging like all day long. The clubs that are free to get in all year long, they charge covers. So I think it's more or less something for the visitors. It's something because a lot of them obviously are coming from the West and life is kind of boring out there. So it's like lit here in Ghana. But for a lot of us locals, yes, I am a local. We don't even get into it, so I kind of have a show this weekend in Kumasi. I'll be in Bantuma this weekend, Saturday. So I'll be traveling to Kumasi on Friday and going to support one of my friends, Ross Amankwitia. He's from the UK and he's a dance hall artist. He's putting on this big show and I'm going to open for him. And then I'm on a diaspora panel on the 20th of December. And after that, I'm trying to take a chill pill. Yeah, actually today, one of my friends is putting on this event with Kwabena. Kwabena is going to have a concert and my friend is actually throwing it. I think it's the 30th. I think it might be the 28th. So after that, I'm trying to... I'm performing this weekend. I don't think you're even in Ghana yet. I'm performing this weekend. Last week I had a show at Afrikiko. So as of now, I don't have any other shows after this weekend for the month of December. So I'm getting ready to release new music. So I'm trying to get ready for that and everything. We went to the studio a few weeks ago and recorded 4 new songs. So we're working on the visuals for the first release of 2024. Yes. So I've actually performed one of my songs. I performed it at Afrikiko and I'll perform it this weekend, but it's not released yet. Sorry. But if you saw me in person, you would get to hear some of the new songs. I did share a little bit of them today on TikTok as well, trying to just get people, interested in the brand new music. So yeah, but I'm performing this weekend. After that, as it stands, I don't have any other dates, but if I do, I will alert the channel. Yes, I will alert the channel. I'll tell you what, I'm tired. Last week was a busy week. I had Wednesday was my show at Afrikiko. Thursday, I had Kazumba lessons. Friday, I went to the palace. Saturday, I had a meeting with the ambassador of Suriname. Sunday, we was at the beach. Yesterday, I went to the herbalist and Accra Mall. So it's just been full on. And I'm just trying to take it a little easy before I head to Kumasi because I know that's going to be nonstop. Friday, Saturday. I'm hoping to come back Sunday. Yes. So anyway, guys, that's what is happening with me. But when you're coming to the continent, make sure you get your mind right. Don't be so offended and so emotional. People are curious about us and trying to understand us at the same time. And a lot of continental Africans have had very little interaction with foreign Blacks. You know what I mean? So think of yourself as an ambassador for the diaspora. When you're interacting with people in the continent, take that into your consideration that, wow, these people actually may never have met physically a Black British or met a Black American. You know what I mean? They've just seen us on TV or they've just heard rumors or they've just seen us online. They've never had any personal interaction. And realistically, let's say if the shoe was reversed, let's say you met a rich person. You met like one of your favorite celebrities or something like that. Let's say you were out at a restaurant and you saw Michael Jordan. By the way, I did see Michael Jordan one time when I was in Chicago. It was crazy. He was so tall. I was like, oh my God. We was at this nightclub and he walked in and me and my girl was like, is that Michael Jordan? And I was saying his name. I was saying it to my friend. I was like, that's Michael Jordan. And she couldn't hear me because the music was so loud. I was like, is Michael Jordan? Is Michael Jordan? She didn't hear me. I had to say it like 20 times, and it clicked her head finally. And she turned around and she's like, oh my God, it's Michael Jordan. And when I asked the bartender, she was like, yeah, the Bulls players come here all the time. I can't remember the name of the place. It was ages ago. It was a long time ago. But yes, let's say you ran into somebody who was rich or something. Okay. And, you know, you just wanted to like interact with them or get your point across. Let's say you saw, let's say you saw like Mariah Carey, okay? And let's say you're a musician, okay? Mr. Africano has so many questions. No, my sister is not coming to Ghana. No. So let's say you saw Mariah Carey and you are an aspiring musician, okay? You got your demo tape, all right? You see Mariah Carey. You would probably not be like, oh, there's Mariah Carey, I don't want to approach her. No, you might be like, this is my one moment to get my big break. Let me go give her my demo. Let me sing for her. Let me give her my Instagram. Let me try to communicate with her. You know what I mean? So in effect, that's how people see people that are privileged. You know, they want to interact with them and engage with them and stuff like that. You know, so like I said, you know, would you rather be seen as rich or poor? I would not want to be seen as poor. I'd rather be rich. Even though the rich people, it just goes to show rich people got problems too. You know what I'm saying? People coming to you, wanting stuff, needing stuff, blah, 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 blah. It's a part of the game. You can't have it both ways. You know? So big shouts to African Superstar family. Guys, happy holidays to you. Yes, December 2023, the year. I can't really say the year flew by. Do you guys feel like it flew by? I feel like it was a decent pace. Yeah, I think it was a decent pace. All right, guys. So I will see you guys again very, very soon. Yes, hopefully we get the channel remonetized next month, and then I'll resume more frequent videos. Okay. Much love to the African Superstar family. Until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true.